Good morning, students. In the last class we had stopped at the Biot-Savart law, so we'll continue with that. So dH bar equation, what we had got there, IDL bar cross R bar divided by 4 pi R cube ampere per meter. So also dH bar was given by IDL bar cross AR bar divided by 4 pi R square ampere per meter. According to the right-handed screw rule, direction of dH bar is given by, or it is going into the plane of the paper. If we consider this differential element here, this is the differential element, right? So the direction of the dH bar, I am rotating in the direction of clockwise direction, right? I am rotating like this in the clockwise direction. When I am rotating in the clockwise direction, so it is going into the plane of the paper, right? Right-handed screw rule. So when I am rotating this, right, differential element, so it is going into the plane of the paper, into, see my direction of the finger here, so it is going into the direction of the paper, into the plane of the paper. Entire conductor is made up of all such differential elements. So if we want the total magnetic field intensity, we have to take the integral, right, integral of all the elements. So it will be H bar is equal to surface integral I dl bar cross AR bar divided by 4 pi R square. We have to integrate this equation, previous equation. The closed line integral is required to ensure that, so if we want the, why we have taken the closed integral here is because the current can flow only in the closed path, in a closed circuit, right? So that's why I have considered the closed surface here, closed surface integral. Fine. If current element is considered at point 1 and point P at point 2, if current element is considered at point 1 and point P at point 2, then dH2 bar is given by I1 dL1 bar cross AR12 bar divided by 4 pi R12 square ampere per meter. This is the equation, that is I dL1 bar cross AR12 bar. So it is nothing but equation 2 here. What equation 2 we have considered in the beginning, it is that equation. Okay. So where I1 is current flowing through dL1 at point 1. dL1 bar is differential vector length at point 1. AR12 bar is unit vector in the direction from element at point 1 to point P at point 2. AR12 bar is R12 bar divided by absolute value of R12 bar, that is R12 bar divided by R12. Okay, because we know that unit vector is given by the vector divided by its magnitude. So H2 bar will be equal to closed surface integral I1 dL1 bar cross AR12 bar divided by 4 pi R12 square. This is called integral form of Biot-Savart's law. This is important. Many times it has been repeated in the examination. Hope you are following, students, here, right? Next, let us consider the Biot-Savart law in terms of distributed sources. I have considered the conductor here, right, in which the current is flowing uniformly. Current is flowing uniformly over the surface of this conductor. So current density is K. K is the current density here. Consider a surface carrying uniform current over its surface as shown in above figure. Current density is denoted as K bar. It is measured in ampere per meter. It is measured in ampere per meter. So for uniform current density, current I in any width B is given by, current in any width B is given by I is equal to K into B. K is ampere per meter. So meter and meter will cancel. So I will be equal to I. Okay, ampere per meter. Meter and meter will cancel. So current is equal to current. So where width B is perpendicular to the direction of current flow. Similarly, if ds is the differential surface area considered of a surface having current density K bar, if ds is differential surface area with the current density K, then I into dl bar is equal to K bar into ds. K bar is ampere per meter into meter square. So meter and meter will cancel. So ampere meter, this will left, LHS will also be ampere meter, I into dl. Okay. Similarly, if the current density is in a volume, if it is considered in a volume, current density in a volume of a given conductor is J bar ampere per meter square, then for a differential volume dV, for differential volume dV, we get I dl bar is equal to J bar dV. Fine. So it is I dl is equal to J bar dV. J bar is ampere per meter square. So this is dV is meter cube, so meter square and meter square will cancel, so it will be ampere meter. This LHS is also ampere meter. What it means? It means that wherever in the Biot-Savart law we had considered earlier, so if we replace this I dl bar is equal to K bar ds for the surface current and I dl bar is equal to J bar dV for the volume current, right? Then we will be getting the equations for the surface current and the volume current. Okay, so that is here I have obtained the expression for h bar in terms of the surface current and the volume current. So I have replaced wherever there is ideal, I have replaced by k bar ds. So ideal, if I replace by k bar ds in this equation, so what I get, S2 bar is equal to surface integral I1 dl1 bar, that is k bar ds ar12 bar divided by 4 pi r12 square. That is what I have obtained here. That is k bar into ar bar ds divided by 4 pi r square ampere per meter. Similarly for volume integral, it will be wherever it is ideal, replace it by j dv. Wherever it is ideal, replace it by j dv. If you replace by j dv, then we will get h bar is equal to volume integral j bar cross ar bar dv divided by 4 pi r square ampere per meter. So these are the two equations which we have obtained for the Biot-Savart law in terms of the surfaces, that is for the surface current and for the volume current. In terms of surface current and volume current, I have obtained the equation for h bar, that is magnetic field intensity. We will solve few examples here. Consider this example 1. Find the incremental field strength at P2 due to the current element of 2 pi Az bar a microampere meter at P1. The coordinates of P1 and P2 are 4, 0, 0 and 0, 3, 0 respectively. They have given 2 points, point P1 and P2. Incremental field strength at P2 is to be found out due to the current element of 2 pi Az bar microampere meter at P1. Coordinates of P1 and P2 are given. P1 coordinate is 4, 0, 0. That means it lies along the x-axis. Then coordinate of P2 is 0, 3, 0. 0, 3, 0 means it lies along the y-axis. X is 0, y is 3, z is 0. So it lies along the y-axis. 0, 3, 0. Then we have to find the incremental field strength at P2 due to the current element at P1. They have given the ideal, the differential current element they have given, that is 2 pi Az bar microampere meter. Ideal is given. Let us solve this. According to the Biot-Savart law, we know that dH2 bar here we want to find at point P2. So it is dH2 bar is equal to I1 dl1 bar cross ar12 bar divided by 4 pi r12 square. Or r12 is equal to, just I have applied the Biot-Savart law equation here. Next, let us find the different terms of this equation, right? So R12 is equal to, what is R12? So R12 is from P1 to P2. So destination is P2, source is P1. So this minus this, destination minus source. So 0 minus 4 into AX bar, 0 minus 4 AX bar plus 3 minus 0 AY bar plus 0 minus 0 AZ bar. So it will be minus 4, R12 is minus 4 AX bar plus 3 AY bar. That will be the equation for R12. Therefore, what will be AR12? That is unit vector AR12 along this P1 to P2 direction. That will be vector divided by its magnitude. Vector is minus 4 AX plus 3 AY divided by its magnitude will be square root of minus 4 square plus 3 square. That is square root of 16 plus 9. So that comes out to minus 4 AX bar plus 3 AY bar divided by 5. Square root of 25. Square root of 25 is 5. So that is 5. Minus 4 AX bar plus 3 AY bar divided by 5. While I1 into DL1 bar is 2 pi Az bar microampere meter. They are given this. Let us find the cross product. In the equation for DH2 bar we have I1 DL1 bar. So cross AR12 bar. So let us find the cross product of I1 DL1 bar cross AR12 bar. So the cross product will be I1 DL1 bar cross AR12 bar is equal to AX AY AZ. It will be the determinant of this. Then we have to take the coordinates of I1 DL1 bar. It is 2 pi AZ bar. We have only Z component. X and Y are 0. So 0, 0, 2 pi micro it is. Micro. Then similarly AR12 bar. AR12 bar components we have to take. So AR12 bar components are just now we have derived that. So it is minus 4 by 5 ax bar plus 3 by 5 ay bar. So it is minus 4 by 5, it is ax component, y component is 3 by 5, z component is 0. Now if we simplify this, we will get dh2 bar is minus 2 by 5. So we know how to solve the determinant, right? So here we have to, if we want to get ax term, ax into x multiplied by, so we have to leave this row, first row and first column, and 0 into 0 minus 3 by 5 into 2 pi. Okay, similarly minus ay, leave this row wherever it is ay and leave the column wherever it is ay, then take the determinant, 0 into 0 minus into minus, that will be plus 4 by 5 into 2 pi micro, like this, then plus az, right? So that is how we are solving the determinant. So we get here dh2 bar is equal to minus 2 by 5 pi by 5 into 3ax bar plus 4ay bar, or minus, therefore dh2 bar will be equal to minus 2 by 5 micro into 3x bar plus 4ay bar divided by 4 pi into, so because in the denominator we have for the equation dh2 bar 4 pi r12 square, yes or no? So here it will be dh2 bar is equal to this divided by whatever you have obtained here, cross product, this divided by 4 pi into r12 is 5 square. That comes out to, if we simplify this, it comes out to dh2 bar is equal to minus 12 ax bar minus 16 ay bar nano ampere per meter. Okay, so this is example 1. So you are following, students, here? Yes. Next, example 2. An infinitesimal length 10 raised to minus 3 meter of wire is located at the point 1, 0, 0 and carries a current 2 ampere in the direction of the unit vector ax bar. Find the magnetic field intensity due to the current element at the point 0, 2, 2. An infinitesimal length 10 raised to minus 3 meter of wire. So they have given the wire small length, it's of a small length, it is not the differential length. Remember, infinitesimal length means small length, 10 raised to minus 3 meter, right? It is not a differential length. Okay, please make it clear here, right? Let it be clear, let us be clear here, it is not the differential length, it is a small length. Fine, there is a difference between infinitesimal length and differential vector length. Okay, so that is at log point 1, 0, 0 and carries a current 2 ampere in the direction of the unit vector ax bar. I have sketched the coordinate system here. So that is q is the rotation 1, 0, 0 and the direction of 2 ampere is along the direction ax. It is in the direction of ax. Okay. Next, we have to consider the find the magnetic field intensity due to the current element at the point 0, 2, 2. So due to this current element, we have to find the magnetic field intensity at the point 0, 2, 2. So at the point 0, 2, 2, here at this point you have to find the magnetic field intensity. So let us solve step by step here, so that there will be not skipping of any steps and there will not be any confusion. So ARQP bar, small wire is given, so it is ARQP bar is equal to RQP bar divided by magnitude of RQP bar, that is unit vector. So RQP bar is, what is RQP? Q to P. So from here to here, source to destination. So this minus this, 0 minus 1 into x bar plus 2 minus 0 into ay bar. Okay, so it is 0 minus 1 into x bar plus 2 minus 0 into ay bar plus 2 minus 0 into az bar. So here we will get minus ax bar plus 2 ay bar plus 2 az bar, or that is absolute value of RQP bar, that is magnitude, is given by square root of minus 1 square plus minus 2 square, that is a plus 2 square, sorry, plus 2 square. So that comes out to square root of 1 plus 4 plus 4, that is square root of 9, that is equal to 3. Therefore ARQP bar unit vector is its vector divided by its magnitude. So this vector is minus ax plus 2 ay bar plus 2 az bar divided by its magnitude, that is 3. I into dl bar, I dl bar, that is the vector differential element. So it is given, so they have mentioned it as 2 ampere in the direction of ax bar, 2 ampere in the direction of ax bar, so it will be 2 ax bar. Okay, so what is I dl bar? I dl bar is differential current element, so it is differential current element, it is I dlx into ax, but dlx is very small, so it can be treated as 1. So we get I dl is equal to I into ax, Ix, I dl bar is equal to Ix. So therefore it is I is 2, ax is ax bar. So dh bar will be I dl bar cross ARQP bar divided by 4 pi r square. This is the Biot-Savart law. Yes or no? Now find the cross product here. Find the cross product. So IDL bar cross ARQP bar is AX, AY, AZ. Then 2 0 0, that is the coordinates of the IDL bar. 2 AX bar it is, so no Y and Z components. So 2 0 0. Similarly ARQP bar is its coordinates are, what are its coordinates? Yes, minus 1 by 3 plus 2 by 3 plus 2 by 3. So it is minus 1 by 3 plus 2 by 3 plus 2 by 3. So on simplification of this we get minus 4 by 3 AY bar plus 4 by 3 AZ bar. So DH bar will be equal to IDL bar cross ARQP bar, that is whatever cross product we have taken, that divided by 4 pi r square. So that divided by 4 pi into 3 square. So that comes out to minus 0.0117 AY bar plus 0.0117 AZ bar ampere per meter. Okay students, so here we have started with the Biot-Savart law. We studied the integral form of the Biot-Savart law. We derived the equation for that. Then we considered the Biot-Savart law for the surfaces, that is for H bar in terms of current, that is in terms of the surface current, and H bar in terms of the volume current. Then we have solved 2 examples on the Biot-Savart law. Hope you understood students. If there are any doubts, send your doubts to me so that I will clear your doubts. Thank you.